One eternity later.
Hello, I'm Zude and you're welcome back to reality. So sorry this video is coming late. I saw two people fighting, so I had to stop and watch. Today's video is gonna be one of a kind because I've been living in Ireland for 1 year. I didn't come here for studies. I relocated here to start a new life and whatnot. So this is my experience so far. This is my 1 year experience so far as a Nigerian living in Ireland. On this video, I'm going to try to speak on everything from the people, the food, the system, even racism, okay? So please pay attention because I'm going to give you all some tips here, alright? Especially if you're in Nigeria and you want to travel out to, let's say, Ireland or a place like Ireland. So firstly, the pub is a religion. You know, in Nigeria we call it beer parlor, but over here it's called the pub. I call it the pub. But anyway, I know we Nigerians, we love to drink, we know how to drink. We really do appreciate drinks. Like a good beer, we really do appreciate. But if you think you can come here and outdrink these guys, whew, you have another thing coming because there is no outdrinking these guys. After all, Guinness originated from here, so how do you even compete with that? You simply can't, alright? Like, don't even try it. I'm not saying that they're drunkards, don't get me wrong, but like, they really do love to drink. So don't be surprised if you go to a street, a particular street, and you see like 4 pubs there, but you can't even find the fast food. It can be that crazy. But I'm sure you, as a Nigerian, the pub isn't what's bringing you to Ireland. So let's move on to the next point. Number 2, never trust the weather. That weather app that you have on your phone, that weather forecast will betray you. Come rain, come shine, always hold your jacket. I really don't have an issue with any type of weather. I'm cool with any type of weather basically. But the reason I hate the Irish weather is because it lacks consistency. What I mean is that you can experience the 5 different weathers in one day. It can be sunny, it can be snowy, it can be windy, it can be rainy, it can be cloudy. All happening in one day. So please, to avoid stories that touch, always hold your jacket. It gets so bad that even in the summer, complete sun is not guaranteed because summer here is just from the 15th of July to the 23rd of July, and that's all you get. Okay, that's an exaggeration, of course, but to avoid stories that touch, always hold your jacket. Jokes aside, now let's go a little bit deeper. Point number 3. They are very cautious of Nigerians. Don't get me wrong here, I have not been treated poorly because I'm a Nigerian, but if you really don't understand body language and if you really know how to read meanings or even overthink a bit, you will discover that, or rather you observe this vibe of caution whenever they are dealing with Nigerians. It's like most of the time they don't even want the smoke. It has never really gotten so bad that I've had an issue with it, and to be honest with you, I really can't blame them for taking caution because the stories I've heard here, oh lord. Whew, Nigerians. If you know, you know. Basically, if you know, you know. No doubt they appreciate our culture, our food, even our pidgin English. Some of them try to understand pidgin English. There have been so many instances that if someone found out that I was Nigerian, they'll be like, how far now? How you there now? Like, that's just the way they talk. It got so crazy that a Korean girl, when she found out that I was Nigerian, she was like, how far now? I was like, what the hell? You even know that too? So yeah, they really do appreciate us as a people. They really do like us. After all, like, it's really hard to hate us because we come with the energy, the vibe, the laughter and everything. But they are cautious. The 4th point, and just to get this out of the way, please, as a Nigerian, when you come here, stay true to your accent. Just stay true to your accent. Nigerians are a very funny set of people. You just came here, you've not made money, you don't have a place to stay, you're not settled down. The first thing you do when you come here is to switch accent. Don't get me wrong, I understand that whenever you're in a new place, subconsciously you try to adapt and acclimatize. I get that point, so definitely there'll be a small shift. But trust Nigerians, anything that we do, we overdo it because there are some accent switches I've heard that I'm like, what the hell is this? Someone that's just 1 week here is saying in it, this one in it. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing? I see that thing as inferiority complex. I'm of the opinion that the way some Nigerians come here and fake accent should be illegal because it's not that deep. Okay, like it's never really that deep for me because I feel in order to really appreciate this place, you need to appreciate where you come from and be able to compare and contrast. You just stay true to yourself and allow everything happen at its own time. Alright? And the reason that I believe it's an inferiority complex is because when the Italians migrate, they don't bother faking accent. When the French do that, the Russians, they don't bother faking accent. Even the Indians, Habibi, what I can do for you. They speak in their raw accent. I've never really understood why it's different for we Africans, especially Nigerians, because like the way this thing irritates me is just so is really just so crazy. And to add insult to injury, do you now know the head busting thing? They understand you better in your raw accent. If your accent is changing with time, that's fine. But a situation whereby you are consciously trying to force it, most of the time they'll be like, "Why are you saying? Why are you saying?" But when you then speak in your raw accent, they not say, "Oh yeah, yeah." They really they understand you better in your raw accent. So please, as a Nigerian, when you come here, the accent should be your problem. Be comfortable. If they can't hear you, come again. Simple. Now you see the way we are talking. This is my limit. Like this is how far I can go. Because anytime I'm on the call with my cousins, they are already noticing an accent switch in a way. It's normal. You see, I'm not forcing that because personally, I love my African accent. I love my Nigerian accent. I won't want to change it for anything, no matter how long I stay here. So if it wants to change, okay, of course it will change. I'm living here right now, so it will change at its own pace. The same way you should allow yours change at its own pace. Don't force it, right? Be proud of where you're from. You're African. You're black. Be proud of it. And besides, some girls here find the African accent sexy. So you see, that's a plus. Number 5, they look older than their age. Truly, black don't crack. I'm not saying this to be abusive or to flex or try to be, insultive. It's just the fact they look older than their age. The reason I'm saying this is because in a place like Nigeria, it's quite unorthodox to ask someone's age, especially girls. It's like a rule in Nigeria, don't ask a lady for her age, blah blah blah. But you see, when you're over here, don't try that nonsense. Don't be a bastard. Don't try that nonsense. Always ask people for their age. As I said, they look older than their age. They look bigger. Because you can come here, you can see a guy, you can see a girl developed everything, and then you want to have something to do with that person because you feel, oh yeah, the person looks like an adult, so the person is an adult. But it will shock you that that person is 16 years old, sometimes 15. For context, let me really dive into that. I'm currently 23-year-old, but I know I look older. In Nigeria, people always told me, bro, you look older than your age. And I've already made peace with that fact a long time ago. But here is the thing. When I was in Nigeria, when I was 21, 22, people thought I was 25. Some said 26, but over here, no one has told me that I look older than my age. Because most of the time, people guess that I'm 21 over here. Some people even go as far as thinking that I'm 19-year-old. If you can see me, my beard and everything, and think that I'm 19-year-old, so just imagine how old they actually do look here. So please, when you come here, always make it a habit. If you want to have something to do with anyone, always find out their age first. They really don't hide it. There's nothing to hide. They'll just say, oh yeah, I'm 16. Oh yeah, I'm 31. Oh yeah, you see, they're really free with it. So please always try to ask, because that's how people catch a case. You will see a girl, she's all developed. You will think she's 21, 22. I mean, that girl is 16-year-old. Point number 6, the system works. It works just fine. Like, it's perfect. Because in Nigeria, where we come from, the surest way to be anybody is if you know somebody. But over here, it's not that way. You can survive on your own. You can be somebody without knowing anybody. Sure, you having connections here and there, it doesn't hurt at all. But, like, it's not really needed the way it's needed in a place like Nigeria, because the system works here for everyone. And it's just so good. Even as an immigrant or a non-member of the EU, the system still works for you, but depending on your stamp though. When I say stamp, I'm going to explain it for you. So basically, when you come into Ireland, you have Ireland residency permit, okay? And it comes in 4 stamps. There's stamp 1, stamp 2, stamp 3, and stamp 4. I'm going to start with stamp 2. So stamp 2 are given to students, people that came here to study. If you come here for studies, let's say your master's or something, you have a stamp 2. With stamp 2, you can live, study, and work in Ireland. But here is the thing, you can't own a business and you can't go into a profession. So you can do any other thing apart from that. And how it works is that with stamp 2, since stamp 2 is seen as a study visa kind of permit, you can work 20 hours when school is in session and 40 hours on holidays. With a stamp 2, you don't receive subsidized services like healthcare, and of course you can't access public funds like welfare. So let's say if you're jobless on a stamp 2, you're on your own. So as a student, when you're done with your studies and everything, you then move from a stamp 2 to a stamp 1. So with a stamp 1, you can work and you can do business provided you have an employment permit. So you hear something like work permit or wherever, this is where it comes in. So if you have a stamp one, you need to have a work permit in order to work. With it, you can own a business and can work subject to condition though. So as you can see, stamp 1 is slightly better than stamp 2. And from what I've heard, I heard that stamp 1 counts when you are applying for citizenship by naturalization. It didn't used to count before from what I heard, but I heard that right now it counts. So yeah, the years that you spend on a stamp 1 counts. The next one is the stamp 3. Stamp 3s are given to non-members of EU who are dependent on non-members of EU. So let's say I have a stamp 1 and I bring someone to the country. That person is going to have a stamp 3. So with a stamp 3, you can't work. With a stamp 3, you're completely dependent on who brought you into the country. So you can't work, you can just exist in the country. And with a stamp 3, you can't access public funds. So you're on your own here. Or rather, you're dependent on the person that brought you here. That one is quite tricky though. But I've never seen anyone with a stamp 3, but it exists. Finally, stamp 4. Stamp 4 is the highest. If you want to enjoy Ireland as an immigrant, you need stamp 4. Like stamp 4 is just the highest. So with a stamp 4, and luckily for me, that's what I have. This is how it works. So let's say I'm a citizen here. Let's say I'm a citizen and I have a child in a place like Nigeria. If I'm bringing a child into the country, that child is going to have a stamp 4 because I'm a citizen. But with my stamp 4 right now, if I should bring someone into the country, that person is going to have a stamp 3 because I'm not yet a citizen. So that's just basically how it works. And with a stamp 4 is like you are really no different from a citizen per se. Of course, you don't have the passport, but there are still a lot of benefits. With a stamp 4, you can do anything. You can work as much hours as you want. You can work anywhere, any kind of profession you want, and of course you can access public funds. So let's say you really don't have a job, the government can pay you. I remember there was a time I didn't have a job. Before I started working, I was on job seekers allowance. There's something that they call job seekers allowance. If you're searching for a job and if you don't have a job, the government pays you weekly, and the money is really okay, to be honest. It's really fine. It's really good, you know. Staying at home and doing absolutely nothing and getting paid, don't take advantage of it though, but you understand what I mean. So as you can see, the system works. They take care of their people, unlike in Nigeria. You know what, I really don't want to compare because regardless, I love Nigeria all the same, but like the system works. That's just what I'm trying to say here. Number 7, the system doesn't favor you to get rich. It just favors you to be comfortable. I know this might sound shocking, especially for people in Nigeria watching this. This might, sound shocking, but that's really the truth. To be honest with you, I really won't blame you by not, believing this. After all, you hear over here that the minimum wage is 10 euro per hour. If you convert it to Naira, that's like 10k. So you will say someone is making 10k hourly, but you all need to realize something. The money is being spent in Ireland, or rather in Europe, not in Nigeria. So that doesn't even work, because when you earn, you are being taxed, you have bills, you have rent to pay. Bills are crazy over here. Bills are crazy. Unlike in other countries, I feel one of the things that's saving us here is the fact that we don't pay water bills. The bills are crazy as it is. Now imagine if there were water bills. What I'm trying to say is that people abroad are not rich. Well, most of them anyway. I haven't seen any rich person since I came here. I'm not even trying to be funny. But in Nigeria, I will see rich people every day. Like, you will see rich people every day. But over here, I've not seen any rich person since I came here. The people are comfortable over here, not rich. So please stop thinking that your relative abroad is rich, because that person is not rich. That person is just surviving. That person is comfortable, not rich. So the person, he or she, just can't go around spraying money like he or she is plucking them from trees. You know what I mean? Yeah. So please take it easy on them. Over here, you don't need to be rich. Like, you don't need to, and you don't need to be a millionaire to live good. You don't need to be that to eat good and take care of yourself. With just a comfortable life, you can be happy and you can see all what there is to life, as long as you are willing to work. Unlike in Nigeria, even, oh god, I don't want to compare. I really don't want to compare, because as I said, I love Nigeria, but still, what I'm just trying to say is that it doesn't favor you to get rich, just comfortable. As I said, I've not seen any rich person here. They are, don't get me wrong, they are. But I've just not seen. Sorry about that. I've just not seen any rich person since I came here. Number 8, over here in Ireland, the pace is slow. I'm an impatient person. I love when everything is done ASAP. Like, if I'm doing something, if I'm coming here for something, let it be done that day. But over here, oh Lord, if you're not patient, you'll learn it. You must learn it, and you learn it the hard way. I've learned mine the hard way so many times. If you're someone like me that is impatient, Ireland will humble you. Trust me, Ireland will humble you. Flat. Ireland will humble you. So here's the thing. Let me just give you all a crazy instance. I'm done with my 12 driving lessons. So right now, I'm preparing to sit for the practical exam. I'm ready for it, but I've been on the waiting list since about 3 months. I have a friend that has been on the waiting list for 10 months. So you see, it can be that annoying. It's really irritating. Waiting list for this, waiting list for that, waiting list for everything. The pace is very slow. This place will humble you if you're impatient. So please, from Nigeria, just start learning how to be patient because you will need it. Some months earlier, I had toothache because I needed to get a molar extracted, and it was just so crazy. It was just so stupid because I'm on a stamp 4. I'm privileged to subsidize healthcare, so I was made to get it cheap. But the waiting list was so stupid. They told me that I'll be on the waiting list for about 3 months. So no. My intention is stated. After that, they'll transfer me to a waiting list. So basically, you see, it's quite indefinite. You really don't know how long it's gonna be. It was so irritating because after all, like I was like, what the hell is wrong with these people? I'm basically dying over here. My jaw is paining me, my tooth is paining me. This thing is getting to my head. And you're telling me to wait for like 3 months. I had to do it in a private dentist, and I paid like about. I really paid. I paid. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, that the pace is slow. You know how you can go to Nigeria? If you want something done today, you get it done today. If you want to see a dentist today, you see a dentist today. You do whatever you want to do today. Everything can be done today, basically. Over here, it's not like that. So when you are coming, or if you're preparing to come, just learn how to be patient from the airport because you will need it. You will need it. The ninth point, coming back to jobs. Getting jobs here is difficult. And to be fair, I really don't think it's an Irish thing. I really don't think it's an Ireland thing. I just feel getting jobs anywhere is hard. It's just so crazy because I ask myself, is you being a graduate here really worth it? Because where I work, people that never went to school in their lives work there. People with masters work there. People with ordinary BSc work there. I saw one person with a PhD. So basically, people with PhDs are common there. And when I saw this person having masters, now this my friend, he has a masters in software. One has in software engineering, another one has in computer science. No jobs, and like these are jobs that are in high demand, but you still can't find them. But as I said, it's not just Ireland because I have friends in Germany, Canada, Scotland, England, all of them are basically complaining of the same thing. No jobs. So don't just think when you go abroad, you see jobs everywhere like water. Nah, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. That I can assure you. Just the same way it is in Nigeria, that's the same way it is here. So get work is work. Let me just put it that way. So be prepared. Finally, let's talk about racism.
Wait for it.
From my experience,
Here it comes.
living 1 year in Ireland,
Almost there.
I've not experienced racism. I've not experienced racism in the slightest. This is really shocking because to we Nigerians, the Irish are known for being racist. Because even when I was in Nigeria, like that's what the Irish were known for. Even when I told people that, oh yeah, I'm coming to Ireland, I'm relocating to Ireland, everyone was like, yo, be careful, be careful. These people are racist as fuck, racist. So I was really prepared, I was really prepared. I was like, oh yeah, this shit might happen. But I've not experienced shit from anyone. Like, no one has treated me in an ill way. Everyone has been super nice to me. Let's say I need help with something, they're always willing to help. The people here have just been amazing to me. I'm not saying racism does not exist here because I'm the only black person I know that speaks this way about the Irish being nice. Because there are some people that have experienced racism by the Irish. There are some people that have told me their experience with it, and to be honest with you, like, it's really not nice. It's really not the best at all. It really sounds inhumane, to be honest, like what some of the blacks here go through. But personally, I won't be able to come and lie to you and tell you I've experienced this, yeah, this happened. I won't come and tell you false stories. I'll tell you things that are true. I've not experienced it. Everyone has been nice to me since I came here. Even sometimes when I'm not in the mood to talk or to socialize, you still see them coming to you wanting to, have a conversation or just wanting to be there. Or maybe I'm just lucky, but racism, I've no experience. And besides, on this issue of racism, what I think is that maybe it's just my mindset, but what I've noticed is that some blacks are quick to call people racist. I just feel some blacks expect so much from white people, and white people are human beings. So let's say you approach a white man, and let's say he was having a bad day, and you say white man that loves to project, and then it takes out his anger on you, or he treats you a type of way because of the way he feels. You then brand him as being racist, but it can just be that he's just a guy that is having a bad day. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to justify him being an asshole, but calling that racist, I really don't think that that's it, because there's every possibility that the way he treated you is still the same way he would have treated a white person. Don't get me wrong, like there are some things that you just know, yeah, this is racist. And you also have to consider the fact that some people are stupid. The way they'll treat you, they're really not seeing your color. They're really not seeing the color of your skin. They're just being stupid or dense. And that's just it. So there will always be stupid people. But to brand it all as that person being racist because coincidentally you are black, nah. Don't get me wrong, racism exists. But I'm just trying to prove to you how some blacks can be so quick to call some things racist, or rather some people racist. I'll give you 2 instances here of how the Irish have been so good to me. I go to work early in the morning, so most of the time I go with my pastor or I go with his wife. So basically I stand on the roadside, and whenever they're passing, I just hop in and we continue. Now, almost every day I come out to stand, people stop and ask me, oh, can I give you a lift? Can I, drop you off? I can drop you off, blah, blah, blah. They offer. All of them that have stopped were all white as snow. As in, all of them. No black person has stopped. All of them that have stopped are white as snow. They're willing to help me, a black person that is a stranger. That's what I'm telling you. In my own experience, I've not experienced it. Everyone has been so good to me. The second instance is at work. Before I started working, I thought, maybe I've not experienced racism because I really don't go out. I really don't work with them or socialize with them. But I was expecting racism from work, to be honest with you. I was expecting to see like 1 or 2 racists. But at work, like everyone was super chill and super nice and helpful. I'll tell you one story. I work as a customer service advisor. Like anytime you ring up your phone to call, let's say an agency or something, and make inquiries, or you have problems with your bills, yeah, those people that you hear, I'm one of them, basically. So yeah, I work as that. So my work is to talk, and I stammer, I stutter, I have speech difficulties. So you see, that isn't a job for me. I was doing it at some point. I just noticed that, look, this thing isn't for me at all, and I told my TA all about it. That's my team leader about it, and he was so happy for the fact that I confided in him that way. He was so happy for the fact that I told him instead of just quitting, because that's what some people would do. So he was just so happy for the fact that I told him. So he took it up to management. How my work is, you have your 30 minutes break and you have an extra 10 minutes to do whatever you want. So what they did for me was like, I have my 30 minutes, I have my 10 minutes extra to do whatever I want to do, and they give me an additional 15 minutes to just catch my breath. That was really, really good. You see, yeah, if it was in Nigeria, trust me, like once you tell your manager or something that you stammer and you have speech difficulties, the first thing they'll ask you was if you knew that you had speech difficulties, what are you coming to work as a customer service advisor? Trust Nigerians, that's how we are. No bad feeling, that's just how we are. So you see, yeah, everyone has been nice to me. When I tell some black people over here that they have not experienced this shit, some will say, oh yeah, these people are racist, but they try to hide it. About them hiding it, I try my best to not concern myself with that, because what's my business? Like, it's what they're showing me that I'll work with, because I'm never really in the mood to make friends or anything or be acquainted with someone. If it happens, it happens. I won't force it. So I really don't concern myself much with what I can't see, because in the long run, it almost never really makes any difference to me. So you see, that's just where I stand with that mentality. And that's all she wrote. There you go. So that's my experience so far, what I've noticed, what I've observed as in 1 year as a Nigerian living in Ireland. Yeah, so far so good, I guess. Thank you all. If you came this far, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your long attention span. Please like this video and comment on it. Say whatever you want to say about it. If you enjoyed the video, let me know, okay? And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that notification button so you'll be notified whenever I post a video, alright? Thank you all once again. My name is Ode, and I'm out.